Hey, Christian ladies, it's Angie from Faith by Angie. My purpose is to help Christian women navigate this world with faith, confidence, and joy. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. Today's video is the second of a 7-part series called The 7 Steps to Self-Fulfillment. In the last video, I introduced you to the 7 steps to self-fulfillment, and we talked about step number 1, which was growing your faith. Today, I'm going to introduce you to step number 2 in the 7 steps to self-fulfillment, which is get fit. So before we jump into self-fulfillment, let's go back and define it. Self-fulfillment is realizing your hopes and dreams all while walking in your purpose. It's not the same as happiness. Happiness is conditional. Happiness is based on your current circumstances. It comes and goes. It changes. While self-fulfillment is a state of being. It's a peace from knowing that you live a life of purpose while nurturing yourself and those around you. So you might be asking yourself, well, what does being fit have to do with realizing your purpose and self-fulfillment? Well, having a strong mind and a strong body ignites your purpose. And having a strong purpose is going to lead to self-fulfillment. Ever heard this quote? Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. True, right? God has blessed us with this one body, and it's our job to take care of it. Our bodies are our temples. It's the vessel that we dwell in while we walk this earth. So we have to take care of it. So what comes to mind when you hear the word fitness? Do you think about maybe running on a treadmill or lifting some weights or having a six-pack? I think about having those fit and toned Angela Bassett arms because I'm working really hard to try to get those Angela Bassett arms right now. So that's what I think about when I hear the word fitness. But fitness is more than just having a lean body. Fitness also includes eating nutritional foods and maintaining mental stability. Fitness is critical to reaching your full potential and self-fulfillment. So let's talk about how physical fitness and mental fitness will help you realize your purpose and lead you to self-fulfillment. The mind and body are very complex. They are both made up of intricately designed parts that are made to work together to help you function properly. If your mind or body is injured, it won't function properly. Imagine that you have a broken leg. You won't be able to walk, run, or climb stairs. If your mind is plagued with anxiety or depression, you won't be able to think clearly or make sound decisions. So let's take a deep dive into what it means to be fit and talk about some ways that you can achieve and maintain physical and mental fitness. So let's start with physical fitness. Physical fitness is divided into 2 parts, your level of activity and what you eat. Fitness is built around habits and routines that are healthy and sustainable. It's a lifestyle, not a trend. Should you exercise? Yes, but don't choose an exercise just because it's trending on Instagram. Pick an exercise that you're actually going to do. If not, the novelty is going to wear off and you're not going to do it. Choose an exercise that you'll do consistently. And if possible, pick something that you actually enjoy. Eating habits are also a big part of fitness. Last year, I realized that my eating habits were out of control. I was feeling sluggish and gaining weight, but I am not a fan of cooking, y'all. I can cook, but I don't like to cook. And then on top of that, I'm busy, I work long hours, and so that's just a recipe for disaster when it comes to healthy eating. I knew I had to improve my eating habits in order to be fit. So I started looking at meal kit delivery services. I looked at them all and tried maybe 2 or 3 before I finally found one that I really liked. The meals were nutritious, they actually tasted good. The box came delivered to my door. All the ingredients and everything I needed was right in the kit. It was great until it wasn't. It was great until I checked my credit card statement. I found that meals that did cost $60 to $80 a week, I was now being charged $180 a week, y'all. $180 a week for 6 to 7 meals? No, not in my food budget. The promotional offer had ended, and so now the price that I was going to have to pay to have easy to know prep, delicious tasting meals delivered to my door was going to be almost $180 a week. That price was not in my food budget, so I canceled the subscription service. So now what was I to do? I still needed a way to get healthy, nutritious meals. So I had to put my personal feelings aside about cooking and do some meal prep. I went online, I found some easy prep recipes that were healthy. I took those grocery list items and put them in my Instacart. I put it on auto order, auto delivery, and I spent about 2 hours on the weekend prepping meals. Didn't really like it. It still involved cooking, which I still don't like to do, but I made that compromise because my nutrition and physical health is worth it. So that was my compromise. That meal prep is what I was willing to do in order to be physically fit. So ask yourself this question: what are you willing to do in order to be physically fit? Ladies, if you're enjoying this video or getting any value from it, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave me a comment. I really do appreciate it. So we talked about physical fitness. Let's move on to mental fitness. So ladies, your mental fitness is just as important as your physical fitness. Your mental fitness impacts your relationships, your job performance, and your physical health. These things greatly impact your dreams and your goals and your purpose, and therefore your ability to reach self-fulfillment. Did you know that 18% of adults in America have been diagnosed with a mental disorder at some point in their lives? That's right, 18%. And the impact of things like depression and anxiety can kind of ebb and flow in your life. Anxiety and depression can be heightened by certain situations or circumstances that you might find yourself in. So it's really important for you to keep tabs on how you're feeling and how those feelings are impacting your mental health. And ladies, don't be turned off by the phrase mental illness. Don't let the stigma that has become associated with the term mental illness or mental disorder scare you from seeking treatment or help or support regarding symptoms that may lead to a mental disorder. Things like anxiety, severe stress, and depression. Those things can quickly get out of hand if they're not kept in check. So make sure to keep a check on those feelings and emotions. And if you get to the point where you feel like you are overwhelmed and your life is being impacted by these things, then definitely seek help. I've been there. I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed, to feel extremely anxious, to have anxiety, to have insomnia. Experiencing those things in small doses is normal. It's when it gets out of control and you are experiencing these things on a daily basis and you can't function, that's the red flag. That's the sign that it's time to seek support. So I want to encourage you to do that. Researchers are still trying to figure out what causes mental illness. There are several factors that can contribute to mental illness. Things like genetics and environment definitely play a role. But the one thing I want you to take away from today's video about mental illness is that it's treatable. Most people that seek treatment and follow through on that treatment for mental illness lead healthy, productive lives. So we've talked about physical fitness and we've talked about mental fitness. Let me give you 9 tips that will improve your physical or mental fitness. So let's start with the most obvious one, which is do some type of consistent physical activity or exercise. Another tip is to reduce your sugar intake, and that could be sugary foods or sugary drinks. Also, make sure that you visit your doctor and get your yearly physical. And ladies, for us, that includes the dreaded mammogram, yes, and also that yearly visit to your OBGYN. Yeah, we all love that one, right? Also, make sure to drink more water and get enough sleep. You know, it used to be that 6 to 8 hours of sleep was enough, but I recently read a study that said for women, especially, that we need 9 hours of sleep. So, yeah, I'm really gonna have to work on that one. Also, to help you with that mental fitness, make sure to manage your stress. Try to take things off your plate to reduce your stress. Make sure that you do things intentionally to rest and relax, especially to relax your mind. And get an accountability partner, someone that is going to hold you accountable for doing things to increase your mental and your physical fitness. All right, so we've talked about being physically fit, we've talked about mental fitness. I gave you some tips to improve your mental and physical fitness. So now I'm going to give you a few questions to answer to kind of help you assess where you are with your mental or physical fitness. You ready? The first question is, what words would you use to describe your current level of physical fitness? So think about that for a second. What words would you use to describe your current level of physical fitness? Question 3, how would you describe your mental fitness at this moment? What words would you use to describe your mental fitness? And what are some things that you are doing to maintain that level of mental fitness? Or what is something that you will commit to doing in order to improve your mental fitness or maintain it? What is something that you are willing to do consistently to improve or maintain your mental fitness? And the last question is, how is your fitness, both mental and physical, impacting you reaching your goals and dreams? How is your mental and physical fitness impacting you achieving those things that you desire to achieve? And I ask that question because your mental and physical fitness directly impact your ability to live your purpose. God created you with a specific purpose in mind, and you have got to be physically and mentally fit in order to walk out that purpose. If you are tired all the time, if you are sluggish, if you can't think critically, if you can't focus, those things are going to directly impact you fulfilling the purpose that God put you on this earth to fulfill. So being physically fit and being mentally fit is critically important in order for you to walk out your purpose and reach self-fulfillment. Well, that's all for today's video, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it, please be sure to like and subscribe. That way you won't miss the next video, which is going to be part 3 in this series of the 7 steps to self-fulfillment. So make sure you stay tuned for step number 3 in the 7 steps to self-fulfillment. And also, ladies, big announcement. I have relaunched Virtuous, Victorious, and Valued magazine. That's right, VVV magazine is back. The #1 magazine for Christian women to find inspiration and information to help you see yourself through the lens of Christ. The March issue has been launched. Please check the video description box below for a link to the magazine. I hope that you subscribe. Subscriptions are absolutely free, ladies. You can have each and every issue delivered straight to your email inbox. And I'm telling you, the feedback has been phenomenal. Ladies are being blessed, entertained, informed, and inspired by this March issue of VVV magazine. So make sure you click on that link below to the magazine and get your information and inspiration to help you see yourself through the lens of Christ. Until then, ladies, blessings.